Hey y'all, it's Brittany Akudo, and I'm back again with my purple robe. See, y'all already know what it is when you see this robe. When you see it, know I'm coming with some fire custom-made fits that I literally sewed from scratch. So as usual, I have some nice visuals of the clothes that I handmade, and also I have a little discussion topic that I want to shed some light on. Okay? All right, let's get into it. So I got two things for y'all today. So first, I made outfits that you can use as inspiration to put together your own outfits for work. Secondly, we're going to talk about etiquette in the workplace because I just feel like people aren't taught this, and when they get thrown into a job, it's almost like a culture shock. But it's okay, I'm here to help. Let's get started. Okay, so we have to understand that the workplace is a different culture and a different environment. Your workplace is not the same environment as your home. You'd be surprised. Some of us are unaware of basic rules. Like, for example, you cannot all of a sudden become a keyboard warrior and go off on someone via email. Anything you send in the email can and will be traced back to you. So always keep a kind tone and use corporate lingo. So an example of corporate lingo is instead of saying something like, "Oh, I've already addressed that. Go back and read what I said. Reading is fundamental." Instead, you can say something like, "Per my last email," and then explain what you said. Or you could say something like, "Please see my last email for reference." You see the difference? Okay. So let's get into what you should wear to work. And I would like to throw myself under the bus real quick. Okay. So during my undergrad, I got an internship. I want to say this was my first job that was within the scope of engineering. I had jobs before. I've been working since I was 15, but this was my first big girl job. And so here's the thing. The difference between me now and me back then in my early years of college is me now, I respect myself. Okay, I won't just act anyhow in public, and I have standards for myself. Now, me back then, girl, I still carried myself well, but I had no shame, meaning I didn't care. No joke, y'all. There would be days that I would legit wear sweatpants and house shoes to work. Mind you, this was an in-person office job. This wasn't the working from home thing that we do now. And this is because at the time, in my mind, I was thinking, look, y'all got me waking up at 7 a.m. This is the best outfit y'all gonna get from me. Okay? So I didn't know that how you present yourself matters. So you need to know the culture at your job and understand the type of work you do because what you wear varies in the industry you're in. So for someone working in the hospital, you're probably wearing scrubs and good walking shoes. If you work in an office setting, you'll be probably more business professional or business casual. If you're a teacher, you might be business casual or maybe casual. Also, I can't believe I have to even say this, but don't be out here dyeing your hair lime green just because your favorite person on TikTok did it and it looked cute on them. TikTok and other social medias are virtual worlds. In the real world, there's a time and place to wear certain things. So yeah, just be mindful of how you dress. Okay, so on to work friends, relationships, and cliques at work. Starting with relationships, can you date your coworker, yay or nay? Okay, so my thoughts on this is a bit layered. So every workplace is different. Some places have strict policies that prohibit employees from doing this. And some places don't necessarily have those policies, but they have some boundaries in place so you can't just be at work trying to get at everybody. So if you're unsure, check with your HR. Now, with that being said, I believe that you should never put a limit on God, and God does work in mysterious ways, and you just never know where you'll meet your life partner. And if you've read the book of Ruth in the Bible, y'all, my good sis Ruth met her husband at her job. In fact, he was her boss, honey. And guess what? It was through their lineage that Jesus was born. So imagine if Ruth was like, no, this is my place of work. I ain't about to do all that. You know what I mean? So yeah, read the book of Ruth for yourself. It's only 4 chapters. But yeah, I think if you date your coworker, you really have to use wisdom and discernment. Like, you can't just date people at your job frivolously because it will get messy. And I feel like you should do it only if you're at a stage where you're emotionally available, mature, and you have reason to believe that the other person has feelings that are mutual. So don't be out here at your workplace looking for your spouse, talking about, oh, my girl Ruth found hers at her job, so then I can too. No. Be smart about it. And generally, I do think you should keep your relationships private, especially in the early stages. So if you did happen to go on a date with someone at your job, for one, y'all shouldn't be doing any type of PDA or excessive flirting at work. And two, you don't need to discuss y'all's business with y'all's coworkers. And yes, that includes your work bestie as well. In fact, let's address work friends and cliques. So regarding making friends at work, my mom once told me this. She said there's a difference between being on great terms with someone and being their friend. At work, choose being on great terms with people. And this is not to say that you can never find a good person that would be your friend at work and outside of work. It's possible. But look at it like this. If your work friend is also your friend, and let's say she's having issues with another employee or having issues with management, and y'all are always together, she's always confiding in you, it's human nature for that other employee or management to think that you might feel some type of way about them too. And all that can affect your work. And even with cliques, the same thing applies. To be honest, a lot of cliques are formed and exist because they all like to criticize everything and everyone at the job. So don't get caught up with this, because it just might be what you said that gets back around to management. And I guarantee you, at that point, everyone in that little clique will all of a sudden catch amnesia and act like they never said anything. And now you're there looking like Boo Boo the Fool. Okay. So, and also this is the big one. It might affect your professional growth. When people know you for being part of a group, you tend to lose your individualism. So you might either get overlooked or you might be judged by the general character of what that group portrays. And that can be a good or a bad thing. So that's why I think generally it's good to be on great terms with your coworkers, but it can get complicated when you go beyond that. Okay, moving on to those that like to show up when they feel like it and don't like to be on time. So I'm not even going to go in on this because timeliness is not my ministry. Okay, I'm trying to get better in that department. But in general, and I'm not really even talking about just for work, because you shouldn't be doing African time at work. I mean, come on. But when you're late to everything, and not just you running a little bit late, I mean late, it does look tacky. Like, there does come a point where your lateness becomes disrespectful, and it gives off the impression that you have no regard to the person and or the people at the place you're going to. So just be mindful of that. Also, I'll slide this little last tip in here, but when using your PTO or your vacation time, can we normalize not giving a full detailed explanation of why we're taking off and what we will be doing when we're off? Okay, let's talk about it, because I just feel like it's not your business. All you need to know is that I'm off, that's it. So that's all I have for y'all today. Remember, work is work no matter where you go, so just make the best of it wherever you're at. Let me know your thoughts in your own workplace etiquette down below. Hope you enjoyed this content that you didn't even know you needed. Have a blessed rest of your day and be encouraged. Bye.